Hey, I'm Natalia. Welcome back to my studio space. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw a fashion face. I normally draw with either a pencil or a really sharp black colored pencil, and sometimes I'll clean up my work in Photoshop, so I'll show you how to do that as well. So let's get into it. I start off my drawing doing a circle and a plus sign type of thing inside of the head. Then I draw another small circle right above that edge of the larger circle for the nose. And I draw two small dots and I connect them to create the nose. I like to keep it super minimal when doing the face. Then I draw a little line. Notice it's a little bit thicker in the middle. And then I draw a small kind of U-shaped thing. I don't really connect the lips. As you can see, the edges, it's kind of empty. I go on to the chin. I do a small dark line and I go up to the jawline. The jaw hits right around the mouth. Then I do the placement of the eyes. So I go to the end of the nose and mark two dots for the eyes. So I just continued with the head. For the ears, I draw kind of a C shape. I keep it really simple and it goes from almost where the brow bone is, like from where the eye is down to the jawline. For the eyes, I do a type of almond shape, so that's the beginning of the eyelid. I like to keep my pencil very sharp when doing this. I'm using a black colored pencil and I taped my pencil to another pencil because it got really short. So it's a little bit of an almond shape, and I don't connect the eye completely. I leave some white space in the eyes because it just acts as a highlight. For the hair, what I do, I start from the root and I pull it down. And that's the same type of method I use for the eyebrows. I start at the root and I pull it out so it's darker at one edge. Later in the video, I'm going to show you some good exercises to practice drawing with a loose hand and learning how to draw more comfortably instead of doing like jagged lines. I want you to have like nice, fluid, long lines. So drawing takes a bit of practice, but if you mess up, don't worry. Later in the video, I'll show you how you can fix your drawing with Photoshop to make it more symmetrical. It doesn't always come out perfect on the first try, so don't be too worried, too concerned. Another trick, like you can just have one good face and use it for all of your figures, just photocopy it so you don't have to stress out too much. Now I'm going on to the neck, and you have to include the bones, like the collarbone and that shadow in the neck. What I like to do is have the neck start right around where the jawline is, and then I pull it out. And as you can see, it slopes out. For the shoulders, it's not two straight lines. They like go in and then out. So the drawing is looking pretty much done. I'm adding in a little bit of shading, but I don't like to add too much shading most of the time. Otherwise, it can make the drawing look a little bit muddy, which we don't want because then you can't really see the details. That's why I really like working with a really sharp colored pencil. This one is already getting a little bit dull because it's just like a nub of a pencil, but I'll show you how to clean it up in Photoshop at the end. This is looking pretty good. I am going to add some freckles just for fun. It's a little detail, and make the eyelashes a little bit darker. I don't like to draw individual lashes. I just like to kind of give the impression of an eyelash. So I draw in the freckles, and this drawing is looking pretty much done. I add in a slight shading to the face, but nothing too much. So the neck is like a little bit off, but I'll fix it in Photoshop. Here are good drawing exercises. Drawing circles, so underrated. It's so important. This teaches you how to have a loose hand, and drawing circles is like one of the most essential drawing skills, because when you draw, you have to break whatever you're drawing down into its most basic shapes. So for me, drawing circles is like great. Next one is practicing your line quality. So this means practicing going from dark to light. So this would be good for doing like eyebrows or hair or shading. So you have to be aware of the pressure you have holding your pencil. It's super important, otherwise your drawing will look flat. My next tip is having a back and forth drawing motion. So this helps you have a loose hand while drawing. Here I'm doing the plus signs that I kind of draw in the beginning when I'm doing a face. This is so essential because you want your drawing to look effortless and smooth. So this is a really great exercise. My cat's kind of getting in the way. But yeah, having a loose hand is really great. And don't be afraid of messing up. It's okay. You can just redo the drawing. You have to like go for it. Okay, so now more in depth of how to draw the eyes. I do a really soft almond shape, and it's a little bit darker on the top than the bottom. Then I gently add in an eyelid about like two hairs above the first lid. For the fashion face, I usually don't draw the pupils because when the drawing is so small, you really don't need to add in too many details. You can add in a pupil if you want, but personally, I just like something that's quick and easy and looks good. My next thing that I'm going to show you is an eyebrow. I start off with the general shape, and then I kind of fill it in with little hairs, so small little hairs. Like, think about filling in your own eyebrows with an eyebrow pencil. It's the same type of situation. Another tip that I have is just to look at a photo of an eyebrow or a photo of a nose, and that will really help you draw when you have a reference in front of you. For the nose, I start off with a little circle for the tip of the nose, and then I do like it kind of looks like a little bird, and then two smaller, very light circles, and that creates the nose. Sometimes I just draw two dots for the nose as well, or like a tiny line. So that's up to you. For the lips, I start off with the center of the lip, curved line, like a slight curved line. Then I do another curved line, and then it's like a boat shape kind of. So when I'm drawing the lips, I make sure to have the pressure, like the pencil pressure, more down on the middle of the lip, the cupid bow, and the bottom of the lip to show the shadow. For the ears, I like to keep it really, really simple, especially when you're drawing at such a small scale. You don't need to have so much detail. So I draw like a hook shape or an inverted C shape, and I draw in a little edge, and that's it. Last but not least, I'm showing you how to do hair. So take from the exercise about pressure. I start at the root and then I go down. I drag the pencil down. So I'm drawing in the direction of the hairs. Keep it minimal. I think that's the easiest way to go about this. That's my tip. Pro tip from Natalia. So let's say your drawing is not as symmetrical as you hoped. So what I do, I pop it into Photoshop and I brighten up the photo, I reduce the saturation, make it black and white, I up the contrast and brightness. So it's easier to work with. Then I will copy half of the face and then flip it and then attach it onto my drawing. My drawing wasn't perfect. Some days my drawings come out better than others, but today she can use a little facelift, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm going to clean up the lines. So I took the brush tool and I'm just brushing over my drawing and just removing those under drawing. Now I want to straighten out her neck a little bit. I think I didn't do it as well as I could have, so I'm going to take the brush and clean it up a little bit. Next, I'm going to give her a tiny bit of shadow under her neck, and let's see what else I can do. I'm going to make the top of her head slightly smaller. And that's it. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope that it helped you. If you have any questions, comment down below. Yeah, stay safe.